Americans now had a new hero, the civilian conscript, the common man gone to war. It was hard for American civilians to understand what the men in service were actually going through in the war zones. Combat was only part of their lives. Mostly, it was a life of unending grime and toil and physical discomfort. All that and a terrible yearning for home, for life as it used to be. A decent meal, a warm place to sleep, a dry pair of socks. That's what they thought about. Most days, home was farther away than any map could measure.
Army meets Notre Dame. At New York's Yankee Stadium, the U.S. Military Academy's Corps of Cadets marches in. These 2,400 American boys are typical of the 13 million who left their homes, their schools, their jobs to go into World War II. They are typical of the many who gave their lives to achieve victory for us. The debt we owe these young men of America is one we can never repay. But it is our obligation to hold on to the victory they won. They made their permanent investment. We can make ours. Buy victory bonds today and keep on buying. The 75,000 fans see the great undefeated Army team kick off for another battle in their 32-year-old rivalry with undefeated Notre Dame. The Irish return the ball to their own 25-yard line. Angsman carries for Notre Dame, and it's a fumble. Jeremeter of the Cadets recovers the pigskin. West Point's Doc Blanchard smashes through. Army's team, one of the mightiest in football history, can't be stopped. Tucker passes to Glenn Davis. 5 enemy tacklers are between Davis and the Notre Dame goal line.
Unlike the military academy, most college teams were strapped for manpower. Nevertheless, they struggled on.
Again, Radaman passes. But this time, West Point's Doc Blanchard intercepts, and he's off. Army makes it 16 straight by trouncing Notre Dame 48-0.
Hank Greenberg goes to bat in his last big league baseball game for a year at least. And his final hit is a home run. Now it's goodbye baseball. Greenberg, once deferred for flat feet, spurns further deferment and says he's eager for camp and regular duty without special privilege.
Virtual unknowns filled the wartime ballparks. Who replaced Hank Greenberg at first base?
Well, let's see. We have who's on first, what's on second, I don't know's on third.
That's what I want to find out.
And then I say who's on first, what's on second, I don't know's on third.
Yeah, you know the fellow's names?
Yes.
Well, who's on first?
Yes.
I mean the fellow's name.
Yes.
I mean the guy playing first.
Who?
The fellow playing first.
Who?
The first baseman.
Who?
The guy playing first.
Who is on first?
Well, what are you asking me for?
I'm not asking you, I'm telling you. Who is on first?
I'm asking you who's on first.
That's the man's name.
Well, go ahead and tell me.
That's the man's name.
That's whose name?
Yes.
Well, go ahead and tell me.
Who?
The guy on first base.
Who?
The fellow playing first.
Look, who is on
Have
first?
you got a first baseman?
Yes.
Who's playing there?
Yes.
Sensation of this year's baseball season is one-armed Pete Gray of the St. Louis Browns. Despite his handicap, Pete asks and gives no favors, standing right up there with the best of them. He played 2 years for Memphis and came to the big leagues on his own merits. His arm was lost when he was 6, but that didn't kill his spirit nor his dreams of making the big leagues. His batting average is good, though most of his hits are singles. Even when he grounds out, he gets the plaudits of the crowd.
The government said Major League Baseball was good for morale, so Pete Gray had his year in the sun with the St. Louis Browns.
In left field, he really shines, and base runners are wary of the speed with which he discards his glove and throws to bases. His pluck and determination is an inspiration to all.
All I know is I throw the ball to first base. Now, whoever it is drops the ball, so Valentine runs to second.
Yes.
Now, I pick up the ball, and I throw it to who? Whoever it is drops the ball, he throws it to Watts. Watts throws it, I don't know, throws it back to tomorrow. A triple play.
That's right.
Another guy gets up, and it's a long fly ball to be caught. Why? I don't know. He's on
national pastime gets on the bandwagon. A glittering diamond festival is put on by the major leagues. Servicemen just returned from battle are among those present. $800 million is the contribution of baseball fans to the bond drive. Recognize any of baseball's old-timers? Sure, you recognize the Babe. He steps out of baseball's Hall of Fame long enough to take another cut at the old apple, just to please the bond buyers. Baseball doing its share to hasten the day when we're all able to enjoy the thrills of the game. By allotment plan, by individual or combined efforts, the entire home front team is running up the score in the bond-buying league.
Not all of America's wartime wages went into war bonds. In spite of gas rationing and a ban on pleasure driving, Americans got out to the tracks and wagered $1.2 billion in 1944 alone. Big stars told Americans that war bonds offered better odds.
In Hollywood, California, a golfing extravaganza with war bond sales as the objective. Bing Crosby leads off. Looking on is the voice, Frank Sinatra. Frank said he couldn't even caddy for Bing and for that colossus of the fairways, Bob Hope.
I bought more tickets than that.
The match is over, and now Super War Bond salesmen say, let's all back the attack. It's an auction, with the biggest buyers of war bonds getting souvenirs. Some plain and some plenty fancy.
These are the garters worn by Marlene and Dietrich. And she was thin then, wasn't she?
Bing auctions a horseshoe worn by Seabiscuit.
$22.50. This is really a handsome thing to have. You're getting this as a premium for a war bond for $2,250.
Now war bond buyers get orchids with the voice as the pin-up boy.
Girl. And we have a squeal with each orchid, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, I'm new at this, right?
Joe, you get your orchid this way, please? Yeah.
The Super War Bond special is the duet of the century from the great stage hit Oklahoma.
Please, my folks, too much. Where did I get stuck? Don't laugh at Hope's jokes too much. People will say we're in love.
I got enough. That's wonderful. No.
What's the next line? Keep moving. You're a hell of a target.
What's the next line?
Don't dance all night with me till the stars fade from above. They'll say it's all right with me. People will say we're in love.
The beautiful actress Carole Lombard, who met death in an air crash while touring the country selling war bonds, is honored by her countrymen. A giant new Liberty ship, the SS Carole Lombard, is named in honor of the star whose motion pictures were known around the world. Lieutenant Commander Robert Montgomery and Miss Lombard's husband, Captain Clark Gable, are here as Irene Dunn smashes the traditional bottle against the ship's bow. With this great merchant ship, the American people pay tribute to an ardent patriot.